Oh, right here is fine? Oh, good. Thank you for meeting with me. No, I'm very happy to be a part of this interview process. I've always admired McDonald's commitment to high-quality customer service. Yeah, about me? Well, my name is Joseph. I am a very hard worker. I have a lot of attention to detail.
And I'm evil, Joseph! Wanna hear about Yu-Gi-Oh?
And that is evil, Joseph. Yeah, we do come as a package deal. You will have to hire both of us or neither. Neither? You're going with neither? You sure?
Good afternoon, Jenk enthusiasts. I'm MBT, and this is 10-Minute Testing. Listen, I'm not normally one for multinational capitalist organizations dabbling in representational politics, but I've gotta say, there's something that brings a tear to my eye seeing myself represented in a pack of $4 cardboard. I am, of course, talking about the most marginalized identity of all, YouTubers. So let's dive in and see if there's anything worth playing in Konami's inexplicable VTuber archetype. Presenting Evil Twins. But first, if you're on the fence about subscribing, let me sweeten the pot for you. Click that little button below the video and I promise to finally transition to a channel where all I do is overdub the Ikam Bokam meme 35 times a day. So here's the list and oh, this is a first. No sub-engine, no Hauka Fibrax setups. What will the comments find to be mad about? As always, I'll give you a background about the archetype, a little bit of a discussion about what I hope the deck can do, and of course, the card by card. But first, this video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck is an online strategy site for our mutual favorite card game. It's got a deck builder, card database, and a wealth of strategy articles. It's also where I post the Quarantine Series deck breakdowns, so give it a look at www.ygoprodeck.com. With that, let's examine Evil Twin. Evil Twin is an archetype with character, and in a stunning first-time move from Konami, that character isn't incomprehensible dual-terminal adjacent nonsense. The two characters, Kiss-a-Kill and Lilla, are VTubers by day and gem thieves by night, and no, this is not a hilarious and classic MBT exaggeration. While in their VTubing form, they're referred to as the Live Twins and typed Cybers, and while clad in polyester and bat wings, the Evil Twins and typed Fiend. Also, this isn't important to gameplay, but they're lesbians. Their spell and trap support depicts smashing that like button, which I encourage you to do now, and subscribing, a feature I hope to God they preserve when this archetype is localized. Because of their specific typing and their unique ability to summon each other from the deck, they have incidental synergy with Cybers archetypes during setup and Fiend archetypes during the late stages of their combo. Because of this, we've packed enough in here for line-dependent setups, Disciple and Devotee if we find an extender like Backup Secretary, and Ranks if we find Exceed. Ideally, we can use the Cybers starters to make the extra deck Kiss-a-Kill and Lilla, drawing us a card and netting us a pop on our opponent's turn, which we can supplement with an Unchained Abomination, pending a good hand. We can cram the remainder of the deck with enough hand traps and tools to simplify the game state to a point where that will actually matter. So with that, let's get into the card by card. Firstly, the Live Twins, 3 Kiss-a-Kill, 3 Lilla, and the searchable Kiss-a-Kill Lilla. Next, our extenders, 3 Exceed and 3 Secretary, and our hand traps, 3 Ash and 3 Ogre. For spells and traps, we're on 3 Passphrase, 3 Entrance, 3 Forbidden Droplet, 3 Signet Mining, 2 Pot, a Called, 3 Infip, and 3 Solemn. In the extra, we're on Baguska, Exciton, A-Bomb, Griffin, Access Code, Transcode, Unicorn, Splash Mage, 2 Pink, 2 Blue, Mask, Disciple, and Devotee. So with that, let's jump into the games. Our first match is up against Fluffle. If any deck is going to be able to beat our turn 1 setup, it's going to be this one. We're going to lead with a copy of Signet Mining, getting a copy of Backup Secretary to hand, at which point we will normal summon a Lilla. We'll activate Lilla's effect, summoning a Kiss-a-Kill from deck, and then Backup Secretary from hand, so we can go from Link Disciple into Devotee. We'll trigger the effect of Link Disciple, and then summon 2 tokens to our side of the field, which we will turn into a Masquerena. After that, we're going to Link summon a copy of Kiss-a-Kill, I believe, followed by Kiss-a-Kill's activation, bringing back the Lilla and enabling a Link summon of Lilla. Finally, we'll activate Lilla's effect for Kiss-a-Kill, draw a card, set 2, and pass. This is pretty good. Our opponent for turn draws a Penguin. They'll lead with a copy of Foolish Burial Goods. We'll chain the Masquerena so we can go into an Abomination. They're going to send a copy of Toy Vendor and trigger its effect, and unfortunately for us, not only do they have the bear for the additional Toy Vendor, they have the wings as well. They'll activate Toy Vendor pitching a wings, and then activate wings effect in graveyard, banishing the Fluffle Bear to trigger the effect of Toy Vendor again. They've got a ton of cards from here. Unfortunately, they only have one normal summon. They'll go for the Penguin, we'll go for the Solemn Judgment, and they will set 2 and pass. We'll activate the Evil Twins effects and the Unchained Abomination so we can pop their board, only to realize we've been baited. They're going to special summon a dolphin, but thankfully we have one more piece of interaction, an infinite impermanence. They will pass turn, and at end step we will clean up the remainder of the board. For turn we draw a copy of Secret Passphrase, fantastic rip. That's going to get us a copy of Kiss Kill Lilla. We'll go into a copy of Transcode Talker and summon back this IP Masquerena. From here we can make Access Code Talker for 5,300, and that should be more than enough to assemble lethal. So, you've seen what this deck can put out on the play. Now, what can it do on the draw? We'll find out in our second match versus Zombie World. God, I wish this deck was more popular, but I don't wish it that hard. Our opponent's going first. They're going to lead with a copy of Shiranui Solitaire, arguably the best starter in the deck, and a Glow-Up Bloom, which, after setting the Zombie World, will convert into a copy of Balerdrock from deck. They'll pass turn after making a Vampire Sucker, and then in standby phase we'll be able to reborn Balerdrock via its own effect. We will chain to the effect of Vampire Sucker here, activating Infinite Impermanence, so they can't banish or negate our cards. From here we should be able to pop off. We'll activate Lilla. They'll activate Balerdrock. It is negated, of course. We'll go into a copy of Kiss a Kill and a copy of Lilla, activating Lilla's effect and Parallel Exceeds, summoning it from our hand and an additional Parallel Exceed from deck. From here, we can basically do whatever we want. I elect to go into Kiss a Kill and bring back the Lilla. We'll activate Lilla to destroy this copy of Zombie World before making an Unchained Abomination and proceeding to battle phase. We'll activate A-Bomb in the damage step to destroy the Vampire Sucker and get in for 1100. From here, our opponent draws for turn a copy of Ash Blossom, which is more relevant than you might think. They'll Monster Reborn for a copy of Solitaire, then activate Solitaire's effect to go into Unizombie. From here, the world is their oyster. They're able to use the effect of Unizombie, pitching a copy of Necroworld Banshee, and then sending a Mizuki to the graveyard. They're going to bring back the Necroworld Banshee, at which point I will activate the effect of Kiss Kill to activate the effect of Lilla and the effect of Unchained Abomination. They'll chain the effect of Necroworld Banshee to go into a Zombie World, but no big deal. They're going to Linkaribo Tag from a Glow-Up Bloom so they can get a Balerdrock, but I'm still feeling okay. They'll go to the battle phase and walk over our Kiss a Kill, no big deal. We'll activate A-Bomb in damage step to destroy the Zombie World. We'll activate Lilla in main phase 2, bringing back Kiss a Kill. They'll Ash, and that triggers Balerdrock. They could have banished something, but for the Forbidden Droplet that we have set. At end phase, we're going to activate A-Bomb, popping this copy of Balerdrock before it's more of a headache. We draw a copy of Ghost Ogre for turn, and this should be an easy lethal. We'll go into Access Code Talker, only for 2, but that's enough because they're at 69. We'll proceed to the battle phase and walk in for lethal. So it's time for game 3, and you know what that means, a best of 3 versus meta. Our opponent's playing Dragonlink, a deck I could not be more sick of. We're going first, and we've drawn 3 Lilla, so good luck to us. We're going to lead with a copy of Lilla, summoning a Kiss a Kill from deck, and a Kiss a Kill from the extra. As we activate that effect, we'll be met with a Gamma. Okay, well, the Kiss a Kill goes to the graveyard, which is not the worst thing in the universe, because we can activate Entrance in order to get a Kiss a Kill from deck and trigger her effect. Now, the Lilla does have to come from hand, but I'm not too beat up about it. We'll go into a Kiss a Kill and activate her effect to draw a card before going into another Kiss a Kill and passing. So we've got a Ghost Ogre, an Infip, and a Pop. Our opponent's going to lead with a Black Metal Dragon into a Striker Dragon. They'll trigger the effect of the Black Metal to get a copy of Red Eye's Darkness Metal and a copy of Boot Sector Launch. They'll Guard Dragon back the Black Metal. Oh, can we please get a once per turn on this card before going into a Romulus? As they get Dragoonity Lance, I figure we might actually have a pretty good target to pop. We'll activate Lilla to pop the Romulus, and they're forced to quick launch from this position. They'll go into a Tracer and a Striker Dragon. They'll activate Boot Sector Launch, but as they activate the effect, we can always Ghost Ogre it. Things are looking up. They'll go into DMD, I'll activate Infip, and I am excited to see the pass turn. Nope, they drew the Chaos Dragons. Okay, this allows them to go from White Dragon Wyvern Buster into Buster Whelp into Black Dragon Clap Serpent, which makes LP. They'll use Gar Dragon, which of course was part of the earlier combo, to move over for a Brotar, to which they can discard one of their several Garnets in hand. They'll go into a copy of Pisty and activate its effect to bring back a Tracer, whose effect has not yet been activated. They'll go into a Boral Sword Dragon and then activate Chaos Dragon Levineer to clear my field before using Tracer to pop the Guard Dragon for a Recharger, making a Savage Dragon at the end of their combo. They'll proceed to the battle phase, and I guess we lost this one. So it's time for game 2, and Gamma Quick Launch again! I can't catch a break. Well, at the very minimum, we have an extender in this hand, so let's see if we can make it happen. We're going to lead with a copy of Lilla, whose effect we will activate to summon a Kiss Kill from deck. We'll special summon a copy of Backup Secretary, going from Disciple into Devotee. We'll trigger the effect of Devotee and Disciple in sequence, so we can activate the Graveyard effect of Devotee and summon 2 tokens to our side of the board. Those are going to convert into a copy of Masquerena, and as we make the other Kiss a Kill, we will be Gammaed. Okay, no big deal. I suppose we might as well pass phrase here to get a copy of Entrance. We'll set that in a Solemn Judgment and pass back to our opponent. They normal a Rocket Synchron, and I think that's a very weak normal. If we Solemn, we might just end the turn. And down comes the Quick Launch. Alright, Striker Dragon is going to trigger, getting this copy of Tracer back to hand. They'll summon it back with Boot Sector Launch, then use Tracer, targeting the Boot Sector Launch for a Recharger from deck. 1 Savage Dragon isn't too bad of a board, but it should be enough to beat me from this position. We'll have to draw very well. We draw for turn, and 2 cards that require a discard. We go for the Entrance, insta-negated, and we'll concede. So we're back with the deck, and it's fine. It's okay. Let's do the pros and cons. First, the pros. 1. The deck's alright. It kind of feels like Trickstar felt when Trickstar first came out, a consistent, repeatable line upheld by a metric assload of good cards filling in the cracks of an obviously incomplete strategy. 2. The payoff is nice. An additional draw plus 2 pops means you'll usually have at least 3 ways to interact with your opponent on their turn, which is pretty much the critical threshold necessary to live. And 3. A-Bomb feels tailor-made for the deck. It's a shame the rest of the Unchained line is only okay here. And the cons. 1. It's not doing anything unfair. One of the things that kept Trickstar playable in the middle of Go-Key Extra Link format was that you could occasionally steal games with Droll and Lockbird. Live Twins aren't doing anything nearly as powerful. 2. It caves to things that are unfair. Even if Dragonlink can set up a single negate through your turn 1 board, they can easily turn things around from there. And 3. It dies to hand traps. The upside to low investment recursive engines is they work wonders in the face of interaction. These don't. All in all, it's a neat deck that's got nowhere to go but up, but until it does, it's probably not worth exploring further. So that's that. As always, thanks to my patrons MeatMoto27, Dominic Ernst, Hakuo, Alex Perea, Candyman, Goibo275, Crispy, Dimsum05, Intercrest, King Magic Ruler, Lavender Lemonade, Meteor Mirage, Mike Carlotti, Rocky Hernandez, Rose Lapine, Seeker, Space Dandy 1993, Stevie Blunder, Tyler Slacks, Tyrese Biggums IV, Adam Trevino, Adrian Bra, Amida Lafandi, Algis Marcin Kavicius, Alice Rethy, Andrew Benson, Andrew Horseman Linderman, Angry Bread, Apex Systems, Billy Williams, Blake Root, Candide, Chad Bortz, Chess Prime, Chibi Gohan, Chorps Away, CJ Alex, Cobbin, Connor Kid, Dan the Man Hoban, Darcy Taves, Devin Dees, Dylan Conley, Donnie Fillerup, Distrin, Emperor Stove, Ernesto Ibarra, Fighting Fang Wong, FUTR, Gamer Games, Gavin Charlie Kowski, Isaac Jackson, Jaden Ya, Jared Lorman, Jason Leonard, Jeff Leonard, Jose Luis Cortez, Kaibacorp Shill, Corey Hess, Kurikaze, Lawrence, Lucas Geardis, Lucky Number 5, Lucas Aritzo Hansen, Meadow Edits, Mezzo Emrys, Michael Oskvark, Miyuna Arashi, Nick Extreme 99, Nick Dolores, Pro FB2, Pro Yugi Dad, Sam Soon, Sean Dial, Second, Standards Objective, Swag Kage, Yuri's Best, Zach Janchuski, Zach McKee, Blah, Dive Missile, Picnic Blasted, This Machine 237, TJ Steakhouse, and Yukie. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. And if you want to be part of the process, consider following me on Twitch as well. See you next time.